Wait, hold on, guys. Give me a quick sec. Give me a quick sec. Give me like 2 minutes. Oh man. All right. What's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to another live session. Hope you guys are feeling good. Hope you guys are feeling ready because I know I am. In fact, I'm feeling so ready. I'm feeling so good that if the market provides us with some good linear momentum, today is another one of those days where I'm going to look to go to new heights. So I'm hoping that we can see some sort of good, strong follow through. But with that being said, remember if you're tuning in on YouTube, check out that disclaimer. You know, the students and the longtime viewers still know the risks that is associated with trading. Understand that what we're doing here is risky business. Do not be fooled. Do not be tricked into thinking that it's easy and that you can just come here and walk out green like nothing. It's quite the opposite, actually. So ensure that if you're new, you take the necessary time to learn, and you can do that by practicing in simulators and using very small share size, using risk money. That way, you're not exposing yourself too much too early. All right. These things make sense. There's going to be people out there listening to me right now that will listen to this and move in an appropriate manner. There's going to be people that listen to exactly what I just said and disregard everything. And those will be the people that will lose a lot of money. So you have to choose. You know, I can only say so much on here. You as the individual, you have to choose if you want the road of an expensive tuition or a smaller tuition. For the students, we always talk about it, and we have the students using small size first, which is the way to go. So, for the broader community, I hope you guys do take it slow in the beginning and then increase your risk slowly over the months and even years that it may take. With that being said, remember copy trading is never the way to go. It's all about learning the style. And lastly, I do not invest for my followers, so be careful with fake accounts. Sadly, there's a lot of people impersonating me, and as we ban and block and report those accounts, they create new accounts, new fake accounts, so be careful. So after that very thorough disclaimer there, right? After that very thorough disclaimer, let's uh let's talk about today's watch list because there's a few stocks moving here. BBLG and IMRX are the top two. I have to ask Marcelo and Tim what they're watching at because these are the only two that I'm seeing. Just so that I'm not missing anything, I'm gonna reach out to Tim, Marcelo, Triad, see if they're watching something else. And usually, if something else is moving, there will be a call out in the chat. All right, let's post this into the alert section. The scanner is actually slow today, but you know that doesn't always mean anything. Sometimes we'll still get a high, percentage mover or strong stock that might come along the way. And I'm seeing here in the YouTube stream NRSN. I can take a quick look. This one looks like it just started out around 9:15. And it did push up a little bit. We got to 121, but currently pulling back. Maybe something to keep an eye on. I'm gonna put it up on one of my level 2s. That's left blank. So, BBLG. What's so special about BBLG today? Well, we have a 71% move. The stock has moved up 71% before I've even touched it. And it has 26 million shares of volume. You know, some people will say Relentless, this thing is already up so much. Why in the world would you consider looking at it? Well, there's a chance that it continues higher. And there's also a chance that before it sells off, if it's to go right back down to like $1, that we can see at least one of the 20 or 22, one of the 20 to 22 edges that we look for, right? The patterns that we look for. There's a chance that we can even see some price action trades here off level 2 in the time and sales. So those are the reasons why I'd consider watching at this. And with this hyper scalping strategy, we do not hold for hours. So we're able to be a little bit agile and nimble. So we can be in and out quickly and most of the times within seconds. So that does provide opportunities most of the times, right? On most stocks. Even stocks that are trending down, right? Although I prefer not to trade them, still sometimes offer opportunities. So we got pre-market highs around 372, and we have the low of the pullback below VWAP at 315. So this is going to give me a bit of a range here, a high, a low, and that was around, we had those lows around 830. Gives me a bit of a range here. Let me zoom out a little bit. BBLG. So what I'm going to do now is check out the daily chart. If this thing is to continue, where is it likely to go? What are we likely to see? And it looks like it moved up recently. The name does sound pretty familiar. So going back to July 24th, we went from 165 to 425. Okay, there's my alarm for screen recording, which means at this time I have to stop and turn on my screen recording. I use OBS, it's a free platform. I can record my screen here so I can come back and study up later. If you're an MMU, of course, be sure to turn on your screen recording. We do recommend it for the broader community as well. And for those of you on YouTube, I can show you guys quickly. I'm recording this screen right here with my level 2s. This is the extra instruments that I'm using here and why I'm always looking up at this monitor that I have. I have 5 monitors, which maybe is a little overkill, but I'm looking up at this one, which has a few level 2s, helps me to pinpoint the entries. So I'm going to record that screen to upload it later to the classes. All right. So again, on the daily chart, we had and the floorboards in this house, I mean, it's so squeaky. Why? We got a high of 425. You see, you know what these people are doing these days is so crazy, right? They sell you these newly renovated property. I'm talking to the neighbor across the street that just bought his house. Newly renovated. The guy pays $500,000. And then his basement is flooding the first week of him moving in. And he turns on the radiator. There's no central air or heating. He turns on the radiator, man, and the entire place is shaking. What are these people selling to us these days? And this house is like the same stuff, you know. It's like, you know, people are people, man. People, not everybody is transparent, sadly. We would love more transparency around the globe. But not to get too distracted here, right? 425 was the high point from a few days ago. If we can get over 425, I'm looking at the daily chart and I'm seeing that we could potentially get to 475, and then there's a lot of room all the way to 798 or so. 798 and then 1056. So if this thing can get through $5, maybe we can have a special day here today and some surprise strength in the small cap land. By the way, if you're tuning in on YouTube, you can feel free to hit that thumbs up. We do appreciate it. You know, we do appreciate traders tuning in here like Simon every day. You know, James. We have John in the building, right? Ahmed. We do appreciate you guys tuning in. Skull, Sync, and so forth. Smitty B. And all the rest of the YouTube team. We do appreciate you guys hitting that thumbs up. All right, moving on to the next stock, right? So again, if this BBLG gets through 475 and then $5, there's potential room here to 798 and then 1056. So we'll see. We'll see what it's able to do. Moving on to IMRX, which is my other watch list stock. And To be honest, this one isn't really looking so flashy. It's up 35%, 12 million shares of volume. And maybe I take a peek at the scans again because scans are looking soft. RDHL, cheaper stock below $1 at 45%, but the float is like 6 billion. So I'm leaving that one alone. I have made this mental adjustment. I was watching yesterday, like, man, like yesterday, there's no reason for me to end red yesterday. Like, NUZE, as tricky as it was, like, just got to do a better job being quicker at those entries towards the lows. We have 183 for IMRX for the highs. We have 141 for the lows. And there's a room to the 200 EMA on the daily at 371. 371. So those are my top two. BBLG, we'll see how it does. Is there another call out here? Marcelo saying that there's nothing that he likes. Maybe looking to take it easy. So with a minute and 16 seconds to go, hey, Relentless Trader, what is your plan for the day? How are you looking to approach this day, being that the scans are looking slow? Well, I want to let the trades come to me. I don't want to be overly aggressive. BBLG is at the pre-market highs, which means it's possible we could see the opening surge. So with that being said, I still want to be reactive. If it happens to be super strong right away, then I want to match the intensity and take the right trades. If it's a little slower to get going, then I don't want to force it and get myself big red early, right? Longevity. Can I pace myself throughout the day and read the story that the market is telling me? If it's hot, then I want to go full force. If it's not, I want to tread water, go slowly until something presents itself. So I'm going to start off with just, 1,800 shares, and then I'll increase my size rapidly if it's good. If not, I ease off, less trades, and maybe reduce size as well. BBLG and IMRX are the two. So what will we get today? Let's trade to the best of our abilities. If RDHL is moving well with that higher float, then I'll pull it up. If not, I will leave it alone. I mean, I'm not loving the price action so far on BBLG. There might be some opportunities, but it looks very, very slim and tricky. So I'm going to check out RDHL. Let's see if it's actually moving. It looks like we have a nice green candle so far. Okay. So despite seeing that higher float, we went from 55 to 62 relatively fast. This is a good sign for this cheaper stock. RDHL pre-market high is up here at 67 cents. We're seeing our first pullback. 58.84. I'm a little late to the show here. And it is moving quickly. Are we going to see a high day push? A bit of a double top. So the pullback here worked. The first green candle looked good. Gotta get myself in gear here quickly. And it's a bit of a false break. I'm gonna watch the dip. It's fast how it got through the high of day level there too. Very quick move. So you definitely gotta be fast with this one here. RDHL. A retest of 63. VBLG over 68. If it breaks over, oh man, back down to 40. Just gonna say if it gets over the highs and can hold up, can be good to switch back. But IMRX over 56. Now it's 61. RDHL, I'm hoping we can see a pullback here because we've been having some trouble at 63. IMRX is also pulling back and could be good. $57, $56, my goodness. Well, that's not what I want to see, and that's going to put me down a decent amount there. Switching over to IMRX. Well, I wanted to see a pullback. I didn't want to see a hard fail and rejection. Some scratch trades. Switching over to IMRX. This one here might be a little bit better. So we're seeing some weakness here early. IMRX. I tell you, some of these cheaper stocks are like hit or miss. Sometimes they're pretty good, other times you get some weakness. This one, I want to see more range out of it, out of this price action. Can we try again? We should see 75, 80. Nothing is stopping us. But it's having turbulence here, having resistance. I'm gonna wait. IMRX. I do like that the spreads are tight right now. If I see 74, I might buy back. But I need to... We had 77, but you know, it didn't continue. And there's some sellers at 77. About 30,000 shares sitting there. We needed to have a smooth push to 80 there, so I'm gonna wait. $70, $50. Which is kind of high. Scratch trade there. Come on. There's a lot of volume, but it's not going up. Why? There's a topping tail on the 5. Is it gonna sell off? It needs to hold like right here. If not, come on. It could still bounce back at 6 from 60 and a size down, but it needs to get going. If not, we're maybe backside here. And backside. See, we would have loved to hold maybe 64. Right. There's 2 minutes left in the 5-minute candle. Let me see if there's anything else being called out, because I didn't look at the scan there for a couple minutes. Nah. Nope, nope, nope. RDHL. I really don't like to see myself being down more than like 150 on these cheaper stocks. Like it really just doesn't sit well with my soul being red, because it seems like you have to lose so many cents to like be red, especially with 4,000. Like I had 4,500 shares. Like come on. BBLG. How are we doing? CCM halted. Is there any volume there? If this BBLG gets over 50, could be interesting. Come on, get through 50 and hold above 50 here is what we need. If that happens, I can really start to get involved. Some people are probably long already. Do not fail. Good. Keep going. 65, 65, 65. Show me 65. There's 59. I'm going to hold this like I'm holding a baby. Come on. Big Steve. Is KB still alive here for BBLG? It's holding above 50 so far, which is great. Now, can we hold mid 40s or so and see 65, 70? There's no reason why we should not. Okay, I'm going to take something, at least 500 shares, because we're kind of lingering. I'm going to get ready to add back. I'm going to add back right there. Can we see a retest of 60? We got a big bid. Come on, come on, come on. Right now it's playing games with us. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna sell. I like that it's holding above 50, but I'm gonna wait. It should go. I think it should still go. But I'm gonna try to get back in again lower. Is this it? 60. Fair fill. And it's going down. Crap, 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 crap. These stocks. IMRX is back up. You see, it's like even the best looking setup. I mean, and maybe there's still some weakness there, but you can't fall in love. I can't become married to the stock. This is just not the business for me to be getting married to one stock, Just like that, getting blazed at the lows. Getting blazed. Moving on, IMRX. IMRX. Watching here to see how it plays out. 70 was a key level just now. Can we get through 75 and 77? I'm going to watch for a lower entry if possible. Guys, don't forget if you're now tuning in on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch to hit that thumbs up. Malong 6,000, 3,000 shares here, 63. Can we not get Blaze? Come on. This is a good dip. I know Big Steve is also long right here too. Extra confirmation. Can we see 70? All right, 71. I'm going to add back for the 1 minute candle to make the new high. If it gets through 72 with volume. And there's green, but it's not ripping. So waiting. I might try again. Come on. 80, 80, 80. There's some sellers at 75. I'm going to take the dip here. Let me take the dip. Dip, 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 dip. 67. No, oh crap. 64. Okay, we get caught there. See, if it would come down a little faster, then just buy 64. We get caught there at 67. I know there should be a dip, but it's like how low is it gonna go? You get chopped out right there. So I can try 72 again here. If not, maybe it needs to pull back some more. And if it pulls back, it'll be great if we can see a breakdown and reclaim. If not, maybe a double bottom at VWAP. But it's holding high. Hold on, waiting. I need some more volume here. Is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Come on. Have everything we need. We should be seeing like 83 here, but it's not going. I do admit there's a few sellers, but when has that ever stopped us, right? It needs to go immediately once I'm in. If not, I'm out. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep trying because I think it's possible. As long as we can keep it tight. I'm getting a message in my DM. Don't forget, guys, it's... Hold on. I'll try to check. In a little bit. Bro, what is going on with this stock? Is anyone speaking during the live stream? Yeah, everything. You have to go into your audio settings. Check audio settings. Check your user settings. It looks like it might be getting ready. Come on. If I hit 75, I'm gonna add nothing. But all that volume. Didn't take 66 there. We're getting so much resistance, you know. underneath 77. Come on. It's like it's playing games with us here. I don't mind trying as long as I can keep it tight. The new 5 minute candle is 2 minutes. I also want to make sure to check my watch list here because something else could be moving. WINT. Holy smokes. This is exactly what I gotta check. If not, fair fill. And not seeing a bounce immediately. Cutting it. $120 loss though. Could use a little bit more volume, but fair trade there, fair trade. Kind of flat. No, red. Red $30. Yeah, we're kind of flat. Scratch trades. So as mentioned, I gotta keep it tight. Longevity. Keep it tight until something comes along that's good. If not, if nothing comes along, the first 2 hours, we're out of here. Well, what we don't want to do is get caught up trying to be a hero somewhere and then going red. BBLG, maybe this time is the charm. Will this time be the charm for BBLG? See, what's tricky is that sometimes how's this pattern looking? Right, well, we're seeing an ABCD here. We had lower, lower lows, or you can say double bottom. I mean, we're bottoming wicks. Cool, no problem. So all of this we can say was support, and now up here resistance. So how well are we gonna do towards these levels? But over the pre-market highs, which is where we can see short sellers covering, if we're to get through 370, there's a good chance it can go to 450. So can the support at 30 continue to hold long enough to where we can make a new high? Right here, the 5 minute candle, it's making a new high, but we do have much larger volume on our selling candles, which is not ideal, but sometimes it doesn't have to be ideal. It just needs to go. RDHL. I'm late to the show again here. RDHL, red to green. We got RDHL trying at highs, BBLG right under 350 at the resistance. I'm watching RDHL, BBLG having trouble. Back at the support zone, we'll see if it's able to hold up though. Bro, these dips are dipping. I gotta be careful with this RDHL because I'm not trying to get red on this thing. It's bigger 1 minute pullback here is gonna get me a little bit. That was a good pullback. That was a good pullback, man. Got to be a little bit more accurate on those tips. That was a good pullback. It's going to lead to a new high. Can you see the continued push, 66? There's a lot of green. There's a lot of green here, but seems like it's struggling. 62. It's waiting patiently. Not seeing anything out of this stock. Gotta be more accurate on the pullbacks. If I don't see any winning trades, I'm gonna just stop trading it and wait for something else. Trying again. Is this the bottom? Can I see 64, 65? Finally, a winning trade. Hooray. Maybe I could have held that other half a little longer. Yeah, I think I could have held that other half a little longer. It's kind of seeing like a bigger spread here, like a cent spread at times. $63.50 by $64.60. We're seeing a full cent spread. So I kind of have to use, well, I have to wait for the spreads to tighten up. Nah. I was watching at the ask price. Um, I was watching at the ask price right there, man. And I still got filled 63. All right, done with this garbage. See, that right there is a problem. Nope. I refuse to do business with you anymore. Come on. I saw 61.30 on the ask. I'm like, okay, I'll take this. Good enough. The ask teleports to 63, and I'm filled into the moon for a $150 loss. Great. All right, easing off, waiting. Come on, man. If that's what it's gonna be, I refuse to put my money onto that stock. No trade list. Is there any other settings? I'm trying to think. Some, let's see. Um, hmm. Steve Pastor bought the dip before anybody else bought the dip, but they just saw 10K shares coming in and said, "Oh, pull the ask price high so that this guy loses money right away." You know how it is. You know how it goes, brother. And that dip was the dip, that dip was the dip to be in and just waiting for this high of day move. But they trying to play me right now. But I know these games all too well. I'll exercise discipline and stay on the sidelines. I don't mind. See, good thing I didn't give in because I would have been long at 66, selling at 56 here. Have to resist the temptation. Have to resist. I would have been long 67, 66, selling into the depths. I'm telling you guys, I was watching at the ask price. So I'm like, okay, there's no way that I get a bad fill here because I'm watching at the ask price before I buy. And I'm filled into the moon. The ask price jumps up 2 cents. This type of day, there's two things to do on this type of day. One, you walk away and then you just shut it down. Like how I am right now, I just shut it down, walk away, scratch day, no problem. Two, if I decide to stay here because nothing is moving and nothing looks good for what we'd like to trade, I need to be extremely cautious because red is more likely than green, sadly. I hate to say that, but red is more likely than being green with what we're seeing as of right now. Unless something good, and which is why we have to be patient. The hope is that something good can come. Something good can come, and that can be the strong stock, and we have a decent day. But cannot afford to be taking bigger losses up until that stock comes, if it comes at all, right? Because if it doesn't come, then tomorrow. So I have to sit here and not get tempted to size up aggressively on the wrong stock. So I have to use my best discretion, maybe even just stick to smaller size for smaller size sake, you know, to just eliminate the risk of me making a mistake. Because sometimes something comes that looks halfway decent and then you're tricked into buying and then it's selling off. So I'm just gonna drop to half size, and then if something good does come, maybe I sacrifice a little bit of extra gains in the beginning, but it could make sense to do to prevent that bigger red day that could happen. Checking the scans and checking the watch list stocks rotating through. For those of you guys on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. If you're a new viewer, also consider subscribing to the channel. John B. John B. the legend. I mean, some people you kind of get to know by their name on the YouTube channel, right? On the live stream chat. A few people I know a little bit more personally. In the Discord, every now and again we'll jump into the audio section where we'll all talk and hang out. We do virtual meetups every now and again, so people will come in and show their faces. Some people I follow them on social media, right? Some of the traders in here I follow on social media, so I actually see a little bit of their personal life. A very select few people will have one of my cell phone numbers. They have me on speed dial. I remember there's some OG people too. Like there's this guy, his name is Will. Will, if you're watching on, right? And there's so many Wills, but this Will, he'll know who I'm talking about. Not the Spartan Will, but the other Will. William. William the Butcher, let's say that. Butcher. He's a butcher. Long time trader. Freedom Trades, another long time trader. He's always watching on every now and again. Troy from Dallas, great guy. Architect and engineer, also trader. One of the long time viewers that have my number. Troy was relentless in trying to get in contact with me. Like he was messaging my Instagram page every day. This is back when I had like 300 followers. And he's messaging me with the same message, like trying to get me to buy dips. Back then, I was like, I'm buying breakouts only. And this guy is there for weeks. I mean, I definitely appreciate the subscribers over the years, right? And then you know what? I'm like, man, you know what? Let me just have to talk to this guy. I text him back, and then before you know it, we had a video call on Instagram. And he's showing me all these trend lines and moving averages and why the dips can make sense. And so back in those days, it's like, man, you know what? Buying into these key levels on these pullbacks can work well. And I started looking into it, started trying it, started seeing some success. And it was a process because it was like the opposite of what I was doing, right? Buying breakouts. So it's like my mind was like being messed with. It became so tricky to like buy the pullback, but practicing, and before you know it, we're buying big red candles flushing down. And again, giving a bounce at the end. Definitely one of those traders that, once I'm in town, you check out those type of people. A lot of great guys here in the YouTube community. In the Discord especially. And I say that after the fact that there's some level of transparency because, at the end of the day, this is still the internet and people can be crazy. But when you come into the chat room every day and, you're showing your face on a virtual meetup, you know, these type of things let us know that, chances are you're not a crazy person. Even like with the team house and stuff, like security is always something that we talk about. And I have to let them know that we can't have too many crazy people in one house because, if you have Freddy and then Jason, the house is not big enough for the both of us. But all jokes, that was a joke. But all jokes aside, you still have to be secure because it's the internet, which is why the pool of people that can even attend the house, they have to know us. Like you just have to know us, right? Like being a student is definitely a great way to get to know us. Being in the Discord is a great way of getting to know us. Being on YouTube, it's cool, but it's like we don't really know you, right? We don't know what your voice sounds like. We don't know what your face looks like. So, watch this. Discord loves messing with me, man. Tell you. Anytime, every time I make a crazy face during one of these trades, there's a screenshot of me. I got the pastor lacking. Don't forget if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, to hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate it. BBLG, we're hoping to see a move through VWAP here eventually. But I don't want to be too aggressive getting in. The dips have been working. But we've been seeing these massive rejections here. Will it bounce back? Dips off of these bigger red candles we've been seeing bouncing up from 18 to 24. Maybe we get to 30 eventually here. But trying to buy VWAP right away doesn't seem like the way to go here. Simon in at 19 entry. So let's see if this gets back to 30. I think it should. Can we get back to 30 here over the next minute? Again, a lot of people will shut it down and not try to stick around. For me, I'm trying to be patient and just wait it out, see if something good does come. IMPX potentially could do something here. Man. Sometimes there's a night and day difference between a hot market and a cold market. IMRX coming down. Oh, BBLG coming down. Bigger drop there. I'm gonna get my chair and get comfortable. Today I forgot to drink my molasses medicine. Where is the momentum? Where's the momentum? Maybe LG with some bigger red candles. Perhaps some dip opportunities in there. What? That better not be real. You guys gotta be careful of the fake accounts. What's interesting with the fake accounts on a lot of the other platforms, what they do, they block my main account, right? So like they sometimes I don't even realize that they're there until someone like sends it to me. So I have to create like other Instagram accounts and then keep searching my name to see if there's a fake account. Just not seeing a lot. Just not seeing a lot. Not seeing a lot right now. Still sitting on my hands. How are the large caps looking? Large caps washing out. There could be a Tesla trade towards the lows, but oh my gosh. Where does Kitty get these videos, man? Nothing beats the construction zone one though. ISPO, lighter volume for now. Falling asleep here. Again, just another reminder. I sound like a broken record, but let's make sure that we don't force any trades. Not unless there's something that you like. Some people might like some of the bigger dips that we're seeing, but make sure that you don't take any unnecessary trades. You guys with these pets, right? If you have a cat, you got to be careful of your cat ever going on your keyboard. You got to make sure that it doesn't ever buy shares accidentally. There's a story of that, and it did not end well. And I'm pretty sure there must be some stories of it, working out for some people. Things will happen for us and against us. Gosh. BMEA. It's a little bit of a lighter volume stock. I did see some volume earlier, but I'll wait. I'll wait for something else here. Still waiting. LUMN. I think it's a higher float, but let's check it out. And it might be backside too. Might. Hey, shout out to Enzo, man. Nice month there. Just a few red days. Locking it in. Nice. Just ended red after the bigger red day on the 18th. Mostly green after, which is good. Gotta keep it tight. Gotta keep it tight. Save. 10 a.m. Getting it done. Trading those dips on BBLG for 3.7. And then another 2.8 in the retirement account. Going back to bed. Running on 2 hours of sleep. Cactus Rob, good old reliable. Locking in a 1K day. Good old reliable Cactus Rob. Although Cactus, I'm not sure why you wouldn't answer our FaceTime on that trip. I'm not sure what was going on. I think maybe it was like at 12 a.m. It might have been later at night, which would make sense. LUMN, a bit of a pullback there. The call came in late. Yeah, I figured that much. It's funny because we called everybody pretty early. We called Steve, we called Dash, we called I think we even I can't remember. We called a few people. We called a few people. We called a few people. I think we gave Enzo a call too. And then I think Marcelo called someone else. Oh, here's Big Steve with some shade. With some shade, brother. How's that Tesla trade looking? Looking like it would have been a loss. No double bottom. Actually, this is interesting here. If this bear flag does come back up, I might watch this for a trade. Small size of 500 shares for me. If this bear flag comes back up, tight stop. I mean, even a dip down here could make sense. Could. 225.94. There's 80, 77. As I look at this stock, I'm thinking, what is Drew thinking right now? BEMA. BMEA, rather. BMEA. Still lighter volume. You might have a few traders looking at it. Well, it's curling. It's curling all right. But it was a pretty big pullback there below these lows, which always makes it tricky. It's showing a 64 wick, but right back down to 80. But what was that, like 50 cents plus, 60, 70 cents? These large caps are always tricky. But the goal for me there would have been like a reversal if I'm to really be watching at this. But it's still flirting with the lows. Kim Kardashian voice AI. I mean, this AI stuff is insane. It's interesting how with every new innovation, like people are looking for ways to exploit it, you know? You know, today might be a good day to jump in Gen 1, man. I think I'm gonna shut down the YouTube stream and just jump in the Gen chat and hang out a little bit and then get out of here. It's just not much. Yeah, I think I'm gonna shut it down. I think I'm gonna shut it down. How do you check if Schwab has margin or not? Let me send you the link here. You can log into this link and then you can type in the stock that you're looking for. I can also share this link in the Discord just in case someone might need it. And there's Tesla holding up. There's Tesla holding up. Is Calamity long right there? That's the question that I have. Calamity, if you're listening in and you're long, you got to send us a screenshot of your average price on Tesla. Reversal. 64 versus 71. Not bad. But again, these trades are always tricky. Let me see if there's any other quick questions coming in on the YouTube stream. John. Kim was better looking before the surgeries. The reason I was long TWOU, dilution and bad press. Trade zero is good for shorting from Tommy. Qualcomm. Spiky. You got to do your own research. Make the best decision. That's for the best decision for yourself and your portfolio. No one here knows what will happen, if it'll go up or down. The last thing you need is for someone to tell you, hey, get rid of that thing, and then next week it's into the moon. So you got to definitely make your own decisions. If anybody have any questions, you can feel free to let me know on the YouTube stream here. We can take maybe a quick 5 questions and then we can get out of here. It's 10:40. It's pretty early, but the markets for small caps are dead. If you're flat today, that's great. If you're green today, even better. If you are in a red, hopefully we're able to keep it tight because we saw a lot of big rejections on those breakouts around the VWAP area. And you guys know we primarily trade breakouts. For those people who might not have seen the Team House vlog, be sure to check it out. Be sure to check out the Team House vlog for the Miami trip. Miami trip was a good time. I'll post the link here. You guys can save the video, maybe check it out later after your trading is done or whenever you have time. Great experience as usual. Great experience. We're very blessed to have such a great community, fine community. And because the Team House trip came up at the beginning of last month, I realized I never did a monthly recap for June. So this weekend I'm going to do a monthly recap for June and July. I'll just do both and then post them over the weekend. So far, we've done a Team House in New Jersey. We've done one in California. We've done one in Vegas. And we've done Miami. Where will we go next? We might go to Spain. There should have been 3 places that's been mentioned. Spain, which I would love to go to Spain. And maybe if we go to Spain, we check out Lucas, right? Spain, Cabo in Mexico. We're more than likely going to do international next one, right? Or Canada. Any one of the 3 will be great. Spain would definitely be interesting. Cabo, I've never been there, so that would be new. Canada, that could be a good time as well. Maybe we'll maybe we'll do a raffle and or spin a wheel or something. Put 3 tags into a bucket and just pull one, whichever one is selected. That's where we go. There's also going to be a in-person seminar that we're going to do. We're going to talk more about this stuff soon. There's going to be an in-person seminar in New York. So anybody who's in the tri-state area, we're going to have it structured so it's going to be over the course of multiple days. And You can come in and hang out with us. We're not. It's not going to be just straight seminar only. We're gonna mix it up and do a bit of a meet and greet. Do other things, spice it up a little bit. But something to look forward to. That's gonna be our like first ever meetup, like in person, like with the broader community, not just like the team house or one-on-one meetups that we usually will do. Shout out to the team house members, man. Shout out to the MMU mentors. Great, great group of people. And we do have, by the way, for those of you who might not know, right, we do allow you guys to become permanent members, right? If you're someone who, you're looking forward to embarking on the journey of trading, we know that it takes years, and so if you're not looking forward to renewing every year, right, there's a permanent membership. And so what we're gonna do for the permanent members, we're gonna make it a little bit more accessible for them to be able to come to these things like the seminars, like the team house meetups. So for the next one that we do, we're gonna invite a few special guests, and we're gonna try to do even bigger and better because why not? Will we ever plateau? Maybe, but the how if we're to do we might do Vegas. We're not really super sure yet. We've kind of been talking about it, like if we want to go back to Vegas again. But if we go back to Vegas, there's this mega mansion that I saw. If that mega mansion is available, there's like a bowling alley and all sorts of craziness. If that mega mansion is available, now that will be a good time. There's like a huge mega man. I mean, I wonder how far it is from the strip. I think maybe it was 25 minutes. Humble. See, what I don't do, I don't talk negatively about these people just because I don't know them. You know, I haven't like went through their curriculum or their programs. But what I can say is that some people seems more transparent than others. That's for sure. Like you cannot beat the live streams and stuff like that. I mean, it's just too real. It's too raw. Like to do this here, like in front of people every day, like So I do respect the guys like Warrior Trading, for sure, where there's like a live stream and stuff like that. The other people, I mean, they could be real, they could not be real. I don't know, but I'm not gonna make an assumption. Just hopefully, as the customer, the consumers, they do their due diligence to make sure that whoever they do go with, that person is real and transparent. The last thing you want to do is try to learn from somebody who's not doing it at all with any consistency, because that's where it can get a little rough, because then you're learning a strategy that's like not working. People will have different opinions and stuff like that, but the pastor will not be talking bad about anyone, not unless they're like exposed for being a fraud. If you're exposed for being a fraud, then we show no mercy. But what I like to say, what I personally say inside of my community for traders who might join our community and like post big gains and these type of things, I tell our members that everyone is guilty until they prove their innocence. Meaning, don't trust anyone's, what they're saying, what they're showing, unless they prove without beyond a doubt that they are who they say they are. We've had guys in the past, hey, I'm up 60K today. But when you say, hey, come and share your screen, I just gave you permission to share your screen for all of us to come see. You can walk us through a trade or two in just 2-3 minutes. Oh, hey, no, I can't share my screen. All right, okay. To the depths you go. And if that person is a real trader, great for them. Great for that individual if they are who they say they are. They can they can live their life and enjoy their gains and have financial freedom. But anytime you want to come into the public, this is where it changes, right? If you're doing well and you're not posting anything at all in the chat room, there's no problem. But from the time you start posting and then commenting and like calling stuff out, then it's like at that point there's like an obligation for you to say who you really are, to prove it. 5 minute screen share, because once you start to share your screen and you go through your broker and you show us those gains, you show us those sweet trades, hey, no doubt, no problem. So everybody is guilty inside of the community until they prove their innocence. That's just the way it has to be, so that there's no scams. Tim Sykes, I have no, I don't know Tim Sykes personally. I don't know any of these people personally. It's only what you guys see is what I see, which is like these posts and these ads and these stuff like that. Well, I would hope that somebody like that is like legit, because if not, then Jesus. If somebody like that is not a real trader, then my goodness, we're we're in trouble. Simon, shout out to Simon posting the gains in the Discord. Yeah, Jay, that's a decent point, right? Like if someone posts a profit, like you can't really learn anything from that per se. Like the educational value from posting a P&L is like nothing. But what I guess it does entail is that if someone is consistently doing well, then something that they're doing is working, right? And then from there you can have like further conversation, assuming that they're transparent and they're actually a real trader. I don't know the agendas of some people. Like there's been fake traders. Like what I sit down and think is like, what was this person's goal? Like what was their aim? Like, what were they trying to achieve? Like did they think I would give them access to this community in some sort of way where they could profit or something? Like I don't know what these people's like plan is. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. Like are you really spending 4 hours every day pretending to be a real trader? It's like, why not just put that time into studying to actually do it for real instead of pretending? It's like certain things it's just hard to comprehend. But people are people, right? People will do strange things, and it's just part of life. I know everybody here has came across some sort of situation where you wonder like what the heck is going on. Like I mean, even with these stocks that are not marginable, for people with margin accounts, maybe there's some sort of science to it that I don't know. So maybe I'm speaking out of ignorance, which is possible. But if there's not a proper explanation, then it's like, man, who made this up? Like I don't know about any of the other guys, man, but I think I'm the most transparent. In the beginning, I was such a madman that I used to trade. I used to live stream with my Thinkorswim account number and balance. That's how mad I was in the beginning. That these days is a little too much transparency because the channel's so big. But you might even call that foolish, right? You might even call that foolishness. It's now 11 a.m. and still nothing looking good. Man. Ross shows his broker statement. RT does not. Broker statements, brother. Broker statements. Broker statements could be photoshopped. Not saying that Ross does that, but broker statements could be photoshopped. In fact, Marcelo told me that there's a guy inside of the warrior trading community that was given like a profitability badge and was faking his broker statements for like years or something like that, or months. For people who do not use this platform and they're newer to the channel, I could understand why there could be some sort of like doubt, like if they're first coming across this channel, stuff like that. But especially if you're using this platform in TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, Thinkorswim. I mean, if you use this platform daily and you're watching me daily and you think that I'm not real, then I don't know what to say to you. Then my friend, you're truly in the depths. And that's not to anybody specifically, but just in general, right? Like I cannot fake like this is a live stream video of me clicking around in my broker. Like I'm not a character from the Marvel's movies that can make magic, you know, like going through my trade logs here and like showing all the trades I took. I can't do any wizardry here. It's impossible. Yeah, you got to do some sort of screen share, man. Like if you're not screen sharing, and we screen share, and you have to show your face too. We want you to show your face, come on camera, have a nice conversation with us. Let's make sure that there's no trickery, there's no gimmicks. Some people, it's like those street magicians, right? Like they have sleight of hand, right? Where they're doing certain things so quickly that it looks like it's magic, you know? Yeah, I'd say from like just from me as a consumer, right? Like looking at Sykes, looking at Warrior Trading, like Sykes definitely seems more aggressive in like, and that could just be personality, like not in terms of trading and like trading gains or anything, but just personality. Like he seems more like outgoing, and Ross is kind of more like relaxed, you know? It's like if a guy like Ross walks into the club, you just like doesn't notice him, like it's like a normal guy or something. But Sykes is like the guy that walks into the club with like an entourage or something, you know? Like that's what it seems. That might not be true at all. And again, I don't know these people personally, so you can only really say from what you see online, but oh man. You know, sometimes I do get a little frustrated. You know, I can I'll never go too far because I understand what the consequences of going too far is. But there's days I'm up here and I'm like burning up, man. Like there's nothing that I want to do more than to just, you know, like how Tim says, slam on the desk and, you know, stuff like that. But I always try to tell myself if I do start doing things like that, like, you know, it's not going to do anything to benefit me. And so if mentally I can calm myself quicker in these situations and let things go faster, I can have a much clearer mind to continue to trade and give myself a better chance at prevailing on a day where I'm seeing a lot of turbulence and just obstacles. But you know, sometimes mentally I can lose the battle and like I'm so frustrated that I'm not watching the setups clearly. And then it's like a more frustration if I miss the next trade, and then it's like, you know what? It's like I just walk away. But on those days there's room for improvement. Get over it quickly, get back to trading. Not it's not personal, it's never personal. Can't make it personal ever. The day that we make it personal is the day that we lose to ourselves. I'm going to stop the recording in the Discord and get ready to maybe shut it down here in a bit. For those of you who have not checked out the car section, be sure to do so. The car, I gotta post some, I'm gonna post some stuff to the, oh yeah, here we go, man. The gym section finally, the gym and the food section are struggling, but the meme section doing well in the chat, right? If I pull this over here. I've ended the recordings for now. But yeah, the meme section seems to be doing well. We got to get Kitty to post those two memes of the cat videos. Those videos are pretty good. The AI made videos. Food section struggling, man. Team house dinner is the only thing here to kick it off. We're in the depths. But the gym, we're seeing some you know, we're seeing Derek, blue belt. Actually, I'm not sure which one is Derek here, but blue belts. We got a black belt here, brown belt. The car section, though, people love the car section, man. There's even a bolt. And this looks nice. These bolts are expensive too, man. Bolts are no joke. We got Tim with the Tesla, man, looking clean. NIR. Man, this Benz looks beautiful. The Benz look beautiful. And this is the day Sky left the key in the car. It's hard to see, but Marcelo, man, you know, Marcelo was telling me a few days ago that he's considering buying this right here. I mean, it looks good. It looks good, man. It looks great for camping. It's great. It looks great for off-road. The intake is high, so you can definitely drive through water. And this is the type of cars that you see in those cross-country videos, you know. This looks nice, man. This looks. It almost looks like something for the end of days and the end of times, you know. The type of videos you'll see in the Walking Dead, the type of cars. But yeah, you guys can feel free to check out the chat room. Right, this is where it goes down. Slow day, very slow day. As you can see, there's a few gifs. You know, we gotta keep it fun. Here's Kim Kardashian talking about MMU and how great it is. Kim Kardashian voice AI. $30 to create an ad, create a video that with Kim Kardashian's voice. Man, it's been a good day. It's been slow. This one is my favorite for today here. We have the cat and, you know, some RT in the background, right? Going over the Red Day recap yesterday. But, you know, if you guys want to check out the chat room, I think I'm going to jump down there in the Gen chat for a little bit. Here's some of the people, see what they did for the day. If you guys do want to check out the chat room, you guys can, for $14. Chat room is pretty cheap compared to the masses out there, right? And I don't know a place that has so many profitable traders in one group. I mean, it's insane the amount of people here. It's like the ratios are like are off the chart, right? And it just speaks to how consistent we are as mentors, myself, Marcelo, Tim, Triad, and how consistent we are here showing up every day, right? With the program, right? MMU, and it being very transparent. Like, I'm telling you guys, man, like there's nothing that we can hide. Like even if we wanted to hide something, let's say, like it's impossible for us to hide anything because we screen record our trades through and through, and we upload it daily for our students to see. So, you know, like on the YouTube stream, for example, right? You guys don't get to see the level 2, right? Which is being uploaded later, right? I'll show this screen for a couple of minutes here. When I record this screen and post it later into the classes, people can go back, rewind, fast forward. You know, like that day where we traded BMR and we're up 26,000. Like, there's no way that I can hide anything and like pretend, you know. Every single thing is here. Every single thing. And we love level 2. You know, what can we say, right? We really like level 2. The time and sale, there's nothing like when the green starts to hit the tape and the stock starts to give a nice move. You know, a few years ago, I used to live stream like this with this screen on every day until, you know, the times have changed. The times have changed. Free game though, free game. Even the YouTube live stream now is still pretty solid, despite there not being like a level 2 tied to it. Still pretty solid. Some days, you know, I'm definitely not gonna lie. There's some days where I'm not as vocal for one reason or another. But like a day like today was pretty solid where, you know, we were talking through the entirety of the day, how I'm feeling, how I'm thinking, what pattern I'm looking for, what pullback I'm watching at. There's a variety of reasons why I'm not always, um, you know, very vocal, but it's definitely something to work on. And days where like I take big losses, it's like that frustration there, and it's like I'm just a little bit more quiet, you know. A full year's money back guaranteed. To be honest with you, off of first glance, hearing that, I don't think that that's something I would ever do. A full year, a full month, a full year. I can't give out this information that's this valuable for free for full year. That's madness. giving away 5, 6 years of my trading experience and hundreds of hours of content that is designed in a very, very progressive and digestible way with hundreds of hours of archives. I don't think I could give this away for free for a full year. That's not something I would be interested in doing actually. If it maybe I gave away the silver course for free at one point, right? Because the information in there, while it's valuable, it's also limited. It's not everything. I don't mind giving away, the live streams are free every day, right? There's free game there, but to give away MMU Diamond for free, like all the mentorships and everything, like nah, that is madness, brother. But different people have different business models, right? Different people have different business models, so okay, this is a great place to end it off. All right. So if you're going to go the distance, continue to be disciplined, continue to be patient, continue to look for those opportunities that you know and love. And remember, if you're someone out there right now who might have had a tough day and you're feeling that heat you're burning up, remember to not give in to any temptations such as revenge trading or over trading. Do what is in your best interests, whether that might mean walking away, stopping at a max loss, cutting, whatever it might mean for each of us individually. If we're in that situation right now, here's your chance to do what's right. So let's make sure to give ourselves the best odds when it comes to longevity. All right. So stay safe and stay green. The pastor is on his way out of here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right. Hit that thumbs up. See you guys in the recap. Actually, see you guys tomorrow. It's a flat day today. We might not do a recap. So see you guys tomorrow. We're down 139 scratch trade.